Welcome to the Travel Ones podcast. Today, my guest is country singer Matt Oakley. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's a wonderful day. It's exciting to talk to you the actual week of, you got about, about a week, just less than a week now. Going to be
Yeah,
heading over to Washington, D.C. for the inaugurational balls, and it's going to be a
yeah,
pretty good concert.
yeah. It should be great. I mean, we are sharing the stage with some super talented people and proud patriots. So it's going to be one of those where not only do you feel good about being there, but you get to listen to great music and uh, turn a new corner for this country, regardless of what side you're on. I think it's important to understand the event and respect the movement and the fact that I'm able to go and perform and show my gratitude for this country through a performance like this. It's really cool, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, is this going to be potentially the biggest crowd you've played to, or?
I'm unsure. I'm not sure how many people are going to be there. I think so far, the biggest one that I've done was Patriots Fest back in
Yeah.
April. I think that was a few thousand people I had at my set. So, um, no, not a huge stranger to at least a few hundred or a thousand.
Yeah.
But anytime you get a couple hundred at a show, it feels like a ton of people, and that's honestly all we want is go out there and kind of be able to hang out with you and play our songs, and that's what we want it to be. Instead of singing at you, we kind of want to be singing with you and having a good time. So I think that's what it's going to be like, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm just curious, how many songs are they giving you for the set?
I've been told that we're going to do a few like combined song aside from our
Oh,
own
okay.
set. I think I'm doing five or six of my own,
Nice.
and then we may do a cover or two together, depending on how it goes, and kind of play it by ear. And we got our couple rehearsals a few days before when we're all in town, so we'll iron it all out then. But at least five songs, maybe some more.
That's a good number, though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be able to cover some ground.
Yeah, yeah. You got to play "Can't Take the Dogs." That's my
People,
that's my personal favorite.
all right. Well, that's hey, no stranger to that either. I think I get that more than anything. Is can't take the dog. I mean, it's an easy one to like, right? Everyone likes dogs, and everyone's been through a breakup, so you can kind of imagine what that situation would be like. So I'm super grateful that people have received it like you have, and
Yeah.
the one that I'll say when I go out and I do a show, that's the one that I get the most people singing along to. So it's a cool feeling.
My wife, yeah, I played for my wife, and she's like, we would be scrapping over the dog. She's like, it's my dog. It's like, well, yeah, we'll let him decide.
Yeah,
So
sit down on the floor 10 feet apart, and whoever he goes to, right?
exactly, it's like the grandparent thing.
Yeah, true. Everyone's got their favorite, but that also depends on the day. So
You ain't kidding. So it's I mean, that's gonna be pretty interesting to be in DC during the inauguration. Obviously, a little bit contested and all that, and a little vitriol going on. I mean, so security's got to be high. I mean, it's gonna be interesting for you.
yeah, I mean, I think I'd like to believe that there's more good than evil out there.
Sure.
So you'd hope that it goes as smoothly and there's nobody's harmed or hurt or anything. I think, look, I don't think that there's ever going to be a world where 100% of people agree on 100% of things. I don't think that exists. So I think the goal should be for everyone is embrace these next 4 years. However you can, like embrace it. If you disagree, embrace what could be good about it. If you do agree, make sure that we're holding people accountable to things that are promised. And I just think that America is better than what we've shown, even for the past 10 or 15 years as a nation. I think we're more connected than we've let on. And I could go on and on about how I feel about the state of the country, but I think that there's something missing in terms of just being true patriots and loving this country. And once we get back to that, I think we'll be able to, as a nation, go far more forward than we've gone in the past few years. And I think that it all starts with coming together.
Yeah, you have a little unique perspective as well. I mean, you have a great song called "Soldier Son." Uh, so, I mean, your dad being in I believe the army, right?
Yeah, he was in the army for 22 years, so I'm a bit biased when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Love support our troops, love our troops, and I've had the opportunity to play that song for a ton of veterans and Gold Star families and active duty. So that song is probably the most meaningful to me, and I'll be able to play it at these inaugural balls, and hopefully it resonates with those who have family members in the military as well.
pretty guaranteed. It's kind of like the dog song.
Yeah, it's one of yeah those two. I will say those two people can relate to and feel good about.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, I know you were on tour quite a bit last year. What do you have coming up for 2025? I mean, we're still in the first month and all that, but
Yeah, so we obviously have these two shows coming up. I'd say the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to the most. I've spent the last year and a half, 2 years working on my debut album,
yes.
and it's completely finished and turned in. And the thing that I'm most excited for is the opportunity to go out and play it cover to cover with the full band. So we've got a show in Nashville sometime in April when it comes out, where we'll be playing through the entire album, and that's the biggest show I'm looking forward to. We're still ironing out an exact date and exact location, so stay tuned on my socials for all that if you're interested in stopping by or you're near Nashville. But then in the summer, the goal would be to hop on and do a little tour with somebody and open up for them and get the album out there and just, like I said earlier, go out there and hang out with a bunch of people I've never met and sing songs that maybe they have or haven't heard and go from there.
Okay, I'm trying not to get you in trouble. What's so far, what's been your favorite like state or area region to play in outside
Uh,
of
I,
Nashville?
I'm a bit biased because I went to college here, but Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to Coastal and I had the opportunity to go back and play CCMF, and I played a couple bar shows as well down there. And it's just always, I feel like it's just my crowd. It's
Yeah.
people at the beach looking for a good time, looking for good country music, and I'm able to go up there and play some songs that they relate to and like. And Myrtle Beach is anytime I have an opportunity to go back there, I will be going back there to play. So
Have you played any of any of the Gulf area? Mark
no, so
Lowell or
that's No, that's still on the list. I'm so my mom grew up going to Pensacola and would take us there
yeah.
every now and again. So I've got a big itch to get back in that Florida, Bama, Georgia area. So that's on the list for this year as well.
Of course, I'm biased to California having nice beaches. So if you ever wanted to come out and grace the California beaches, I'm sure you'd get a crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, anywhere, and I think the coolest part for musicians, I think the for the fans, it's like the cool part for them is they get to hear music from a live band. I think the coolest part for musicians, aside from performing their songs, is getting to travel and check out new areas that they may not have been able to had they not embarked on, a musical journey of some sort, whether it's a guitarist or a drummer or a singer. You're getting a few days in states you've never been to, and for some people, countries you've never been to. So it's one of those things that I'm really looking forward to as well, aside from just playing music, is going out and performing.
That's why I tell people too when I travel, because I think I've been to like 38 states now for work. And I always try and book in a little extra time so I can go see something unique to that area, to that region, to that state or whatever, whether it's a museum or just an area I've read about or seen on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
And
it's
definitely the food
traveling.
too.
I'm no stranger to that either. I've used that term a few times, but my dad was in the army, as we said, and so I grew up traveling all over. And then ultimately, when he retired, he had that travel bug in him, so he passed that down to us. And now that I'm on my own, I try and keep that same sentiment and travel around when I can.
It must be weird. I'm trying to figure out because my aunt and my uncle were in the Marines for 20 plus years and they settled in North Carolina. So it must be something about the Carolinas, but they still travel.
Yeah. It's just a cool happy medium on the East Coast. It's anything north of that. I lived in Virginia for a long time, and the winters get pretty cold. And even, I mean, Carolina, not horrible, but they got decently cold down there too. But I think it's one of those happy mediums in between where the weather's just right and you're not getting too burnt up in the summers, but you're not getting frozen in the winter. So South and North Carolina are cool places.
Yeah. My daughter's just outside of Knoxville
Oh, nice.
and they're dealing with snow right now. And
Yeah.
the granddaughter was made a snowman today.
Was
And
that the first one?
that's the first one. I think so. I mean, she's almost two.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. And then she's bummed that it's already melting though.
Yeah, it comes and goes.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like up north where they get a whole bunch.
It'll be there from that snowman will be there from Thanksgiving to Easter.
Exactly. So, hey, I just out of curiosity, I mean, you're going to be playing with Coffee Anderson and Brandon Hart, and Matt McKay.
Yeah.
But
Mark. Yeah.
who else are you? I mean, what are you most excited about seeing when you go for this weekend?
I mean, it's cool. That's another thing about it, about being an up and coming artist, is you're often connected with other up and coming artists, and you hear music that you're not necessarily hearing every day on the radio or Spotify. And it's cool. It's like it's not only inspiring in a certain way, but it's also like you recognize that that person's also chasing something, and you just root for them. I think being able to be there and see them on stage and do their thing, and then have the opportunity to go up there and do mine. It's just a real, like, there's some camaraderie to it at this stage, that I can really appreciate. And so anytime that other artists are performing, I try and stay tuned into their set and listen to songs, and kind of I've got my favorite from their set, and I'll let them
Yeah.
know, and we'll talk about it. So it's just cool. It's cool to be able to support, and while also supporting yourself in a way, and going up there and doing it yourself.
Is it? I'm always wondering, like you're opening, so like you're gonna play, but then like if you wanted to watch coffee, you could go out in the crowd, but then all of a sudden you don't want to draw attention
Yeah, too
to
much
yourself.
attention. No,
Would you?
I mean, it all depends on the crowd too. I think there's crowds that are like, they want to hang out and have a beer with you, or
Yeah,
drink with you, but they can also simultaneously be tuned into the set that's up there. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those where I also want to be there for the event itself. This is
yeah.
like I said, this is a big moment for our
Huge.
country. So um, being there is one thing, and performing is one thing. So I think just soaking it up, and hopping off stage when it's my turn to hop off, and supporting them, and meeting people who want to meet and chat. I think it's a little bit of both.
It's a good win. Are you set up with merch and everything, or are you just going to play and then?
So we're not going to have merch at this one,
Okay.
given the nature of it. I think some of the artists are, um, but I don't know. It felt like more of a go there, give my services, thank them for the time, and recognize why we're there. But at almost all my shows going forward, there'll be a merch table where people can buy shirts and hats and all that stuff.
So what are your socials and what's the website for your merch?
Yeah, everything is just Matt Oakley Music. So our website's under construction right now. We're kind of designing it around the album that's coming out in
Okay.
a few months. So there'll be merch surrounding the album. There'll be, little things throughout there that we're working on. So it's really kind of branded towards this album, called Outside Looking In. But everything is Matt Oakley Music. So my socials are Matt Oakley Music. My website is mattoakleymusic.com. It's all centralized for people to find. And then as far as Spotify and Apple, it's just Matt Oakley. So it's pretty easy to find if you know the sunglasses brand. You just got to be able to spell Matt, and I'm right there.
Shh.
Yeah, true. We don't want to get flagged.
Yeah. It's Matt.
Yep.
There's no it could be Matte. See?
Oh, Matt.
Throw it off. We'll make you unique.
Yeah. I think
No.
we've gone too far down the normal spelling rabbit hole of mine to change it now, but maybe,
I always felt bad about people like John Smith or
yeah, the basics.
you know.
I think I've always said mine's like just unique enough. Like, people are
Yeah.
familiar with the last name already. And then just all they've got to, like we said, all they've got to memorize is a first name. So I'm happy with it. I think we have the ability. It's kind of up to us to make it mainstream at this point. I was having this discussion the other day, whether or not your name matters as much as people think it does. Because I think the whole, like, cream rises to the top thing. If you're as good as you're hoping to be, you're going to get where you're going, and then your name automatically becomes mainstream. So
Well, obviously you can get big enough where you say Reba.
yeah, everyone knows.
I don't know of any other Reba,
Yeah,
but I know of one,
yeah,
and I'm trying to think, Adele, obviously, and you say Shania and you know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
for sure. I mean, those are all pretty unique ones, but you could even say like Morgan, and Morgan is such a popular name, but you know
Yeah.
who we're talking
You-
about when you say
yeah.
Morgan. So it's like it all depends on where you get and how far you get with it.
Well, even trying to think like Teddy Swims.
Yeah,
He could be Ted Swims,
yeah,
but it's just unique enough to be a little different.
yeah.
We won't even go down the jelly roll world
Mhm.
of
I mean,
people.
that's super unique. So people who make it work with that, good on them.
Hey, if you can make jelly roll a
Household name.
yeah, a common name,
Yeah.
you've done
And
something.
he's got a cool name. I think his name's Jason DeFord. Like that's cool. I think that's sick.
Well, that's
Uh,
like Post, right? I mean,
yeah. Austin Post.
yeah, his real name's
Yeah.
that's a cool name, Austin Post.
Yeah, super sick. I mean, he self-titled an album after that, so he got his name in there somehow, and it worked. So
And but yet he went to Post Malone, and everyone's like, I mean,
I think he said he put it through a rap generator, like
yeah,
rap name generator. He put in his real name, and it spit out Post Malone. He's like, "Dang, that's cool." So it worked.
I think Austin Post would have been just as dope though.
Yeah.
But what do we know?
No, right?
Yeah, you just need a few more tattoos, man, on your face, and you'll be set.
No, no on my face. I've got them up and down my arms and my legs, but I think from here up, I'll be. My mom would kill me.
That's what I told my daughter. So I'm like, look, just do what you want, do a little doodle, whatever. Keep them off the neck.
Yeah.
Nothing from the neck up. We're good. In the same boat. So hey, so you got new album coming out in next month or next couple months. Got some tour dates. You got the inauguration. It's a good time to be Matt Oakley, right?
I mean, I like to live by the mantra that it always is. I try and stay positive, but this is better than most.
That's pretty cool.
I'm a big believer in Christ. I believe that he's blessed me in ways that I don't even know if I've earned them all yet, but I'm working hard. So I'm super grateful and I'm super blessed. This next few months is going to be the biggest of my life so far, and I'm super grateful to even have conversations like this with you and just be able to sit down and chat about it. Because like I said, I am blessed, and I want to make sure that I fulfill my part of it and work as hard as I can to make sure we see it through.
Well, keep going, keep sharing it. That's all you can
Yes,
do, right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate it. Any of my guests, they can go to my website, and I'll have all your links for all your socials. And we'll just, man, I can't wait to. And Brandon had told me that it's going to be live streamed somewhere. He wasn't sure exactly the link, but he's going to send me. I'll get the link for this weekend.
Cool. Yeah, sweet. And if I come across it before he does, I'll try and shoot that over to you as well.
Okay, cool. Well, hey,
Sweet.
appreciate the last minute. And
Yes, sir.
we got it in, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you.